Hello there, welcome back to more Pokemon Legends Arceus. You can just call me Stent. Feels like it's been ages, hasn't it? But yes, I am, for the moment, back. And as you could probably tell, a lot has happened in the weeks that I have been away. Including a certain mishap that happened on Discord, which thankfully has been since resolved. There's more sort of a boneheaded move on my account, which led to some, let's just say, fairly perilous moments, but needless to say, hopefully that's all resolved. Anyways, we're back here. I've done a little bit of grinding up in the meantime, mostly just in preparation for completing a whole bunch of the side quests we still have, and here's what we have to work with at the moment. Still have Porygon, still have Jet. Thankfully, though, I did manage to get a whole bunch, say here, of lost and found items, which I used to just buy myself an upgrade. So finally, we can evolve Porygon into Porygon 2. Also got a fair few mints off screen, which should mean that stat-wise the team should be more effective, question mark. It's so weird seeing Porygon 2 in a threatening light, even though it's... I do quite like this little screenshot of his, with just the massive nose. Also, yeah, we can finally upgrade Jet. I'm just thinking I still haven't come up with a nickname for Porygon 2. Probably should piece together one, to be honest. Finally! We got the one Pokemon that every player of Diamond and Pearl uses. We got Staraptor. Let me just check to see what stuff we need to do with Staraptor. Now, since we finally have one. So, Air Slash and Brave Bird. Seems simple enough. Yeah, already got Brave Bird, already got Air Slash. And we'll get Close Combat as well, because why not? I mean, aside from Air Slash, it seems like a fairly popular core moveset for Staraptor, used by every single person who's ever played Diamond and Pearl. As for Porygon, let's see what we need to do for Porygon. I keep forgetting where this fellow is in the Pokédex. Okay, Thunderbolt and Recover. Seems simple enough. We already have Thunderbolt. I taught it Icy Wind off screen, I believe, but... obviously, we're going to need Icy Wind, and... you know, let's get Hyper Beam on there as well. In preparation for when it evolves again. As I did get a Dubious Disc earlier on. Yeah, that seems about right, and... again... we ended up setting up this camp with the two Bronzors here, meaning... we can just keep right on going, having a little bit of a look around, and... wait, it's Golduck. I keep forgetting I've already run into Golduck, so, you know what? Perfect opportunity to use Porygon 2. Still love this little guy. Look at his nose. Honestly, in terms of all the various Pokemon over the years that have gotten evolutions, I'm surprised that we haven't really got another one for Porygon. I know it's one of those things where how many Pokemon do we really need until there's enough, but oh, I forgot there was an Alpha Carnivine over here. Oh. Didn't even realize you could find Sherm in this place. Wow, 62 animations. That's certainly impressive. I still need to learn how to do it, to be honest. It's something I've been meaning to do, but I never really got the strength to really as opposed to push myself to do it, unfortunately. I just figured this is kind of the opportune moment for me to just spam recover. No, I'm just gonna get some Jet out. He's the one I initially intended to bring out. So I may as well get you caught up on what exactly happened whilst I was away. Oh, that's a shame. I suppose this is sort of the opportune place to actually find Shadowms. You know, if we find stuff that isn't just Wormadam. Anyways, getting on with it. Essentially, I guess the best way of putting it is I finally got a taste of what the rest of the family's caravan adventures are like. In that, on the third day, we were, yeah, as we were leaving, we went for a walk around, I suppose, the southern coast. A lot of white cliffs, a lot of chalk on the beaches there, and rocks. Before eventually walking up a very steep hill towards a lighthouse. And then afterwards I suppose I got a good taste of what the food is like on their various campervan adventures, which is essentially going off to nearest supermarket, buying whatever meal deal sandwiches that take their fancy, taking them back to the campervan and toasting them up. I ended up going with a toasted salmon and cream cheese sandwich, which definitely sounded odd, especially to me, but deciding to try it, didn't turn out that bad, honestly. I kind of enjoyed it. Anyways, hello Ingo. Sorry to keep you stranded here while I was off doing various things, and you will never expect to be able to climb such sheer cliffs as these, yes? But with Sneasler as an ally, it becomes the work of a moment. She is so home on a cliff face, one might think she knows some hidden move. What am I saying? Hidden moves? There are no such things as we, surely. I'm kind of missing these, to be honest. Yet I feel as though I'm on the cusp of remembering something just now. Just who was I before I came to Hisui? If you fell from the sky, you come from another world altogether, most likely. Perhaps a Pokemon battle with you would jog this memory loose. Would you honor me with a battle? Of course. I can't remember the last time I actually did battle Subway, so this will be a thing. All aboard then. Machoke, prepare for departure. He even does the pose. God, he's so cool. Just the way he throws it over his shoulder as well is just... I know it seems kind of corny, but it is some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen. At least in a while. Just look at him. Alright, bulk up. This could present a problem. Let's just, oh wait, it doesn't get flinches here, does it? Oh well, we should be screwed. I was hoping we'd at least survive one hit. Alright, I'm sure Porygon can clean up. You know what? It's kind of weird. You'd never really think to use Porygon in a playthrough like this, but... just sort of brings back memories of my shiny Porygon 2 from Gen 3. I ended up taking it to the battle tower at one point, I think, from what I recall, and just one of my biggest memories when it comes to Porygon 2 is just putting it in front of a Chansey, hitting it with Toxic, and then just spamming Recover whilst it just tried to survive by spamming Soft Boiled. And jeez Louise, look at the Polygon's Entangler. Somehow I completely forgot about that. For some reason this seems like a fairly on-brand pick for Ingo. Then again, Gliscor is one of the best Pokemon in the game. It's so surreal looking at competitive currently and seeing that Gliscor is more competitively viable now than Garchomp. You know, would have thought you'd see it, would you? But yeah, apparently Gliscor is now more competitively viable than Garchomp. At least comparing to at least according to Smogon, which, and again, this one is pretty tough. We can just get it with a quick attack, I think. Hey Jonesy, we were just getting whooped by this Gliscor. Alright, that's all she wrote. Bravo. Excellent. Your talent has brought you to the destination called victory. Now, allow me to call Sneasler. With my Lego piece. It actually kind of reminds me that... I know it's kind of corny to say, but I did end up getting a new Lego set recently, that being the Shadow one. Well, speaking of edgy, here's this number. And that actually included the lightsaber bit as sort of the rig for the front wheel. Allow me to introduce you, Stent. This keen-clawed Pokemon is Sneasler. Would you be so kind as to play your flute for her to hear? Alright. Lego piece, go. Just seeing those animations as well, it's like, you can tell, especially with the height and the demeanor, they knew what they were doing with this one. It's like, they create Pokemon like this, Gardevoir, Lopunny, then expect people to not draw certain types of arts of them. I'm afraid this is my final stop. Please proceed up the cliffs for Sneasler's aid and quell the Lord up in the mountains. I will return to Jubilife Village. Please convey my well wishes to Warden Melly. I have a few well wishes of my own, to be honest, mostly those being my fists. Now then, all aboard? With the facial animations, I can't help but feel they really sort of put the most effort into like the very start of the game, because here it just looks like they're just going back to the vacant expression of the Sun and Moon characters. Probably certain I already mentioned that, but I couldn't help but think that I couldn't help but think that just seeing those particular animations back there. I kind of feel compelled to get a couple more wisps on the way up. Probably not ideal, but then again, I'm not entirely certain what the main goal is of this, aside from defeating Electrode. 17 wisps. I suspect there's going to be a moment where we're going to be dedicated just finding all the wisps and all the verses around here. Let's see what we find here. A ball of mud. Just want to check where exactly. Celestica Trail. You remember that? You remember Celestic Town? You remember? Forget it. Oh, hey, we actually do find Sneasels out here. Somehow I completely forgot about that. I do quite like the this particular version of Sneasel. But I think it's mostly just due to the color palettes. It's just, if you couldn't probably tell, I quite like purples. And this thing is just nothing but purples. Kinda makes me wish that Sneasel was kind of better than it was, because I wouldn't have any issues just using it a lot more often. But from what I recall, most of it just comes down to Diaclaw shenanigans when actually using it. I should really just stop talking about competitive. I mean, it's fairly interesting little tidbits, but I'll be honest, I don't really like 6v6 singles. Just feels like it elevates some of the worst aspects of the format. I mean, of the overall gameplay of the battle system. But just how easy some mechanics are to just abuse. I mean, Baton Pass is sort of the obvious one. Along with stuff like, say, highly defensive Pokemon using Body Press and making it basically impossible for you to really bypass them without any sort of phasing ability. I also completely forgot Stun Tank was here. I will admit, when it comes to Gen 4 and onwards, we start coming some more towards Pokemon which I tend to not remember as strongly. Like, obviously Stun Tank here, it's like, I remember him once I see him. But aside from that, it just doesn't take too much headspace compared to basically everything else from Gen 3 and beforehand. I will say, though, I do certainly hope you're all enjoying this honestly rather lovely looking 4th of May outside. It's just, it's kind of strange. For some reason I feel this would be a day to celebrate, but now I just kind of feel empty for some reason. Like, there's something there to celebrate. Oh, never mind, here's Magikarp. No time for melancholia. We got useless fish to catch. I remember the last playthrough I did this game when it came out, and I actually did find a shiny Magikarp under this waterfall. Not sure whether or not we'll be able to repeat that, but in terms of shinies, we already got Jet, so any more from here on out will just be a bonus, especially if they're on stream. But, what are the odds of that, I wonder? Let's just check where we are. Oh yeah, from what I recall, there was this old gauntlet over here that I had to go up. Should be fun. I think there was something to do... Oh. Maybe not here, though. Thankfully, we have a Pokemon which is actually designed for going up cliffs, unlike the Skyrim horse, and it's a funny little detail, actually, just seeing the eyes in that little, basket on his back. Oh, and there it is again. Spear Pillar. Still weird seeing it in that in that sort of sense. Oh, there's a thing here. Didn't even realize there was one there. Just stumbled across it by accident. Just as well as Golem. Not gonna be messing with that, methinks. Oh, here's crunchy salt. I was thinking I need crunchy salt for a quest. Where am I gonna find crunchy salt? Here, apparently. Also thinking I probably need to find some more... Get some more recipe books when I get the time. Certainly have a fair few memories of this little alcove, just mostly from trying to capture various mass outbreaks. Okay, Stone Tooth Rose. I remember there being quite a few hostile ghost types up here. I'm just thinking, I need to get a Mischievous. Well, that probably explains the ghost types. Oh, hello. Didn't even realize you'd spawn up here. Come on, just get in. There we go. Got Rotom. It's kind of hilarious just seeing him out in the open like this, with all the song and dance you had to do in Diamond and Pearl, with him being contained in the TV, and having to go to a particular point at night, and him being hyped up as this pseudo-legendary, even though he sort of wasn't until Platinum. And you got his, where you could turn him into a washing machine. I just realized there's something in that box. Porygon. You can handle Luxio, surely. Okay, recover. I know it seems... I'm gonna say it seems not the most optimal to use Thunderbolt here, but I do definitely still need to do it for Dex Entry, so please bear with me. Anyways, going back to, I may as well say it, the Brighton trip, as that's where we basically ended up, just going off to visit Big Sister Stent over in Brighton. Admittedly, we didn't do all that much, mostly just going there to help celebrate her birthday before she moved off to a thing in Japan, which won't deny, definitely a bit envious of. Also, what is targeting me right now? Hello? Oh, it's you. There's a thing I've noticed with this game. It's sometimes a little bit difficult to tell what exactly is targeting you at any given point. In any case, the main thing we just did whilst we were there is mostly just play board games, since that's a thing we all used to do as a family before we all went our separate ways. Of course, Big Sister won the majority of them, being the most experienced out of all of us. And I think the biggest laugh we got on that trick was playing a game called Calico, I believe. It's a game where you have to get all these particular different colored patterns and shapes and place them down on a board in ways which match up with different patterns, and you have certain objectives where you need to get certain patterns and colors and certain combinations, and that's the veneer of a particularly relaxing game, but is in fact one of the most stressful games we tend to frequent playing, to the point where we're all just frustrated and screaming at each other at the fact that we have look when we're just looking for that exact correct tile with the correct color and the correct pattern on it to go in a particular space so you can actually score points. And needless to say, we ended up being needlessly more stressful than we would be led to believe. Who should I use this one on? Yeah, we need to boost your speed. I ended up giving Samurott a Naughty Mint, since that's really the only thing I had in stock, which was remotely suitable for it. Rotom seemed weirdly placid here. Oh, never mind. We'll go Umbreon. As he zips and zaps all over the place. For some reason I thought that would do less damage than it did. Anyways, let's see what's in this box. Oh, it's just a Voltorb. Okay. Let's see if we can capture this one as well. One thing I definitely will appreciate is that for a lot of Pokemon, they tend to have tools which really lend themselves to their dex entries. Like, there's a lot of stuff like Umbreon here, who benefits with stuff like Baby Doll Eyes and Snarl for using Agile Style more often. Okay, Pokeball, Honey Cake. Obviously I need the Grit Dust. Let's see who can use this now. Yeah, I should probably start boosting up Jet a little bit more. Boosting up Jet a little bit more. This place is actually kind of weird because you got so much of the map here which you just don't need to go to for this particular mission. All you need to do is just head straight here. Feels like there's a whole bunch of stuff here which you can easily just miss. Speaking of which, I need to get some more crunchy salt, so guess better just go down here and try our luck. Don't mind me. Nothing over here. Don't mind me, Golem, I'm just here for the salt. And we're gone. I'm thinking I really need to start handing in these quest lines now. But on another note, I will admit it has been a while. Can't exactly remember what happens in the story next, because I can't remember whether we go to the Alabaster Winterlands or... I mean, I suppose we did go to the Alabaster Winterlands. I just can't remember what happens after this point with this idiot. Welcome to the Moonview Arena, the seat of Lord Electrode. I know I've not exactly been supportive of you reaching this place, but a part of me did hope you'd make it. Call me contradictory all you like, Galaxy Grunt, but such is life. Embracing the complexity of both ourselves and the world can only help us grow. As a member of the Diamond Clan, my highest calling is to please Almighty Sinnoh. And right now, that means I must protect my lord by stopping you where you stand. If you wish to defeat me and gain entry to Electrode's seat, you and little Pokemon are welcome to give it your best shot. Let's go, Skuntank. Give him another whiff of your silent deadliness. Really should have gone back and healed. Alright, so let's just see what we got to work with. Oh, and a Zubat. I was just thinking, if they got a coughing here, this would be kind of a missed opportunity, really. We should have had a coughing here to really fill out the whole Team Skull thing. Alright, we got an attack off at the very least, so may as well get rid of the grunts first. Yeah, Zubat's just... Wait, you just seriously let me do that? You seriously let me kill off your little goons here? Well, you did what you could, Jet. Now we've got Josh here to clean up. Just thinking, do I go for the focus energy? You know what? Sure. That probably wasn't worth doing. Okay, Ceaseless Edge. Go get him. Probably should have gone with Hydro Pump, but I want to see what the crit does. That wasn't worth it. Can we at least get one more poison twice? Wow. Alright, Hydro Pump. End it. I do definitely like how powerful Hydro Pump looks in these newer games now. Let's make one thing clear. I didn't lose. Yes, you did. You may have won, but there's a difference. I lacked time. Yes, I'm afraid there simply wasn't enough time for me to raise my Pokemon nice and strong. But this could be why Adamant is always going on and on about time being a precious thing. My word, the Diamond Clan and the Almighty Sinnoh are truly a never-ending fount of wisdom. Yes, I know what comes next. You want to know what pleases Lord Electrode so you can make some balms for it. Well, I'm afraid I won't be able to help. And then you're useless to me. Because I have completely forgotten what Electrode likes. Pretty useless warden if you ask me. What's the matter? Upset? Too bad anger doesn't make bombs. But anger does make palms. Across your face. Millie's really giving you the runaround, isn't he? It's about time you showed up. Yeah, I guess it's my fault for not telling you in advance what Electrode likes. So here's the... Adamant! What now? I could hear you just now, you know. Are you really gonna tell this little noodle what he needs to find, just like that? Lest you all forget, you are the leader of the Diamond Clan. Willing to bet you're playing for that position non-stop, aren't you? Why do you bother with these galaxy louts? Use your eyes, Millie. Haven't you even looked on your frenzied lord? Don't you feel even a twinge of how it suffers, fighting to control the energy that's bursting out of it? I see nothing but a Pokemon overcome with joy at being among Almighty Sinnoh's chosen ones. Anyway, it's not like trials and suffering are always cause for doom and gloom. This one really was written to just be the most insufferable bince ever, wasn't he? These things exist to help us grow. I'm sorry, Millie. I can't write off these friends as some trial from Almighty Sinnoh. That's why I'm doing my best to help out Stan here. This is bigger than what team or clan we belong to. Oh, and by the way, I wasn't just going to tell him he needs Crunchy Soul. I was going to go ahead and write Go right ahead and give it to him. Now it's time to make some bombs, so lend a hand. Both of you. Alright, let's see you just make one. Fine. At the end of the day, let none say that the great Melee shirked his duties as warden. Yes, you did. I'll help make your precious bombs. There. I made you a practically infinite supply problem. You only made one. But don't underestimate my lord's strength. I very much doubt the likes of you can quell it. Alright. Thankfully we got a fast travel point here so we can just go back and heal real quick. Because, whoa, Nelly. You really do feel it if you don't get any potions. Speaking of which, I probably should get some, to be honest. What have you got for me? We got revives, we got full heals, we got hyper potions. Yeah, we'll go with that many. And this many revives. And finally head off to Moonview Arena. So, even though you're doomed to fail, you still wish to pitch yourself against Electrode? Just get out of my way. Oh, hey, John. You've got a great deal more pluck than you have sense, I'll give you that. A word of advice. Don't start moving while you're battling Electrode or you'll be dead in no time. Which I hope you do. Honestly, I'm surprised he doesn't just say, you know what, stand completely still. You know, just stand completely still and let the light of Electro consume you. That's a perfect way to quell his anger. Kinda weird to see an Electrode in a tree like this. Then again, seeing... I will admit the Hisuian Voltorb Electrode seems like a kind of obvious motif to go with, but the fact that they are just apricorns is kind of genius. Alright, here we go. Is there a lock on? Oh yeah, I remember this. You just gotta not stop for anything. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, I remember these particular projectiles being quite annoying to deal with. Especially when you keep spamming them at you like this. Whoop! Whoop! Don't want to try my lucky... Okay, so that's... Seems like he only has 2 out at a time, which is fortunate. Needless to say, this is where the normal fights start to get a little bit more difficult. Also, okay, he just moves. I was thinking, why is that getting... Oh, he just wears himself out, does he? Whoop. No idea whether or not we're going to be able to do this on the first try, but... I'm willing to take those odds. Whoop, whoop. I do definitely appreciate that the battles are actually getting tougher, though. And I guess it's a little bit easier to do compared to just in the regular games like X and Y, where you just sort of expect. They just have all these accessibility options like Pokemon and Me back in X and Y and Super Training. hyper training. Honestly, this whole thing has just been one excuse for me to want to just play the newly released Yellow Legacy on stream, because that's definitely... Oh. I was going to say that's definitely a particular ROM hack which I've been looking forward to, which is essentially an overhaul of Pokemon Yellow. With a lot more moveset changes, encounter changes, trainer changes, basically just a big overhaul of Pokemon Yellow while still keeping it relatively faithful to the original experience, whilst I suppose adding some extra details to really sort of make it the definitive Gen 1 experience, as they call it. I really do want to stream it at some point. Okay, it seems we're halfway done. Oh, it's green now. Oh no. I guess that just means it's a little bit faster. Yeah, it's faster. Kind of just feel compelled to just wait it out till he explodes again. I'm guessing that technique he uses is Chloroblast, his new pseudo explosion move, which I still definitely have my own personal thoughts on explosion and how it should have possibly been treated in Gen 4, let's say. Yeah, that's yeah, we'll admit that was pretty scary there. Whoop. I will say I like the fact that he actually summons Voltorbs during this little fight here. It's like so much stuff in this game really feels like it was made with attention to detail in mind. Just like we didn't have the time or the resources to really drive it home, let's say. Also, please let me escape. Please let me escape. Please let me escape. Thank you. I feel there must be sort of a faster, optimal way of doing this. Seems to mostly just me just running for my life from this green thing until he explodes, and then just pelting him again. We have been doing fairly well for ourselves, I will say. But yeah, honestly, after this, I'm sort of conflicted as to what I'd want to stream next after this. Whether it be Sonic Free Air or Yellow Legacy. I'll probably have to put something out about that. By the skin of my teeth. Okay, just a couple more hits and we should be good. Also, I am not looking the healthiest, let's say. Oh, never mind, I got it. Yeet. I'm surprised it didn't just explode again after that. Well, that was pretty fun. Presumably only one more noble left, and I remember that one being the toughest of all. Look at this little guy. Presumably zap plate. He didn't even give me the zap plates. Okay, bye. Oh, for shame. What utter calamity. You didn't die. I agreed to make those accursed bombs, yes, but now that Almighty Sinnoh's precious blessing has vanished forever, it's just so unbearably sad. Is that how you see it? Electrode looked relieved to me. Glad its suffering's ended, probably. Oh, come on, Adamant. Seriously? That's just your wishful thinking, nothing more. Oh, your preaching doesn't ruffle me one bit, but if Almighty Sinnoh grows angry with me because of this, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe you should just cast yourself off the mountain if you feel that way. I arrive, right on schedule. Oh, now what did you bother coming back for? Only to say that I recalled some things after stinted the honor of traveling with me. Things to do with a world where I believe I lived before my memories were lost. Most people there caught Pokemon, lived with them, formed supportive partnerships with them. And then there were the Pokemon trainers. You remember that before your brother? The ones we called Pokemon trainers were truly devoted to their craft, and completely uneducated. I mean, it was unreal. They always looked towards the next challenge, and had Pokemon battles every chance they got, and dropped out of school to do so. All to help themselves and their Pokemon grow. Through battle, trainers forged bonds with understanding with their Pokemon, and with their opponents and their Pokemon too. It's kind of weird that they call them Pokemon still, even though I thought it was a nomenclature for Pocket Monster, when they're not exactly monsters that fit in your pocket at this stage. With everything, I suppose. If Pokemon and people work together, we can forge up new paths forward. We'll be lost to history if we go on believing only Pokemon can be strong, or if we go on fearing them instead of understanding them. Interesting. Was your world like Inga described too? I don't remember. Yep. School dropout rates were insane. I never thought such a world could exist. Oh, once again, the brilliant Warden Medley has realized something rather clever. Oh, you don't say. It's not just my Pokemon that need to be strong, it's me as well. The greater my valor and might, the more my Pokemon can reach their potential. And be completely subservient to me in the process. I wonder if Almighty Sinnoh will be pleased once I've achieved exactly that. Maybe he'll even let me become his replacement. I'm sure that's how he truly feels. Say, Adamant, share with me again the wisdom of Almighty Sinnoh passed down among our clan. Alright. Open your ears, shut that big stupid mouth of yours, and listen well. Give not into sorrow, give not into anger. Offer only friendship to those around you. Give not into sorrow, give not into anger. Bring not Almighty Sinnoh to sorrow. For that is when time's flow will cease. And there you have it. Bravo. Excellent. Please, all of you, do your best and run towards the destination, an even higher state. Of course, your higher state is clearest, and it surely lies with the next lord. Now this time I really will make the complete return trip to Jubilife Village. Perhaps with some extent to show that Pokemon need not be feared, the people of Hifisui will find new tracks forward. Now, begging your pardon, I owe Commander Commodore my report. Until next time. God, he's so cool. Can we find a way to honor our past while also forging a better future? Yeah, learning from it. Maybe that's what Almighty Sinnoh really wants from us. After all, it rules over all time and created everything there is. Be ready to shield your eyes, Galaxy Grunt. I'm going to polish up both myself and Electrode to our strength and brilliance are blinding. And I'll be right there to put you back in the dirt where you belong. Well, look at that. It's snowing. Jeez, that portal is huge from here. Also, I just noticed there's a wisp up there. I want to go get it. That also reminds me, coming up here, we're coming up to the great big moment, let's say. When I really felt like this was the other side of the story of Diamond and Pearl. Specifically coming up to this area right here, where the music may sound a little familiar to you. I'll keep quiet for the time being. What? Crunchy salt in the walls? Okay. Here, of course, we got some weird Elekkids for some reason, and more notably, big Alpha Electivire right here. I always found it kind of weird that Electivire of all Pokemon was up here. I'd have thought Abomasnow would have made more sense, but then again, the Wildlands. I'll just keep quiet here so we can listen to the music a little bit. Admittedly, this is one of those tracks in the original game which really sort of got my mind going. Thinking that there really was just more to this whole thing beyond even Arceus. Something about this particular mountain had a sort of mystery and history to it, which, well, we're seeing now. Stone Portal. I don't remember any sort of stone portal in the original games, but needless to say, we still have a fair bit more of this place to explore. I'm sure we'll get more of a chance to do so, but for now... Oh, there's this place. I was meaning to come and have a look at this place, the Celestica Ruins. Which, weirdly enough... Sneasler, can you not, please? To think, this is technically the closest you can get to, like, actually playing as a Pokemon. Anyways, yeah, it's nighttime out, meaning we need to get a Misdreavus. Misdreavus should be back over here in the Stonetooth Rose. It's probably going to take me a little bit to actually get there, though. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Rhyperior here. It did actually lead to a little bit of a funny little happenstance in the original game, where I just happened to come across Rhyperior here and just happened to catch it first time while I was sneaking by with a, I think it was a, at least one of the variants of the Heavy Ball. Smoke Bomb. Never mind, let's get out of here. I don't want to risk my neck out just to prove a point. Could have sworn there was an alpha Pokemon down here as well. Anyways, let's go find Misdreavus. What exactly even is... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, what is targeting me right now? It feels like one of those annoying things in, like, Bethesda games where it's like you cannot fast travel when enemies are nearby. Well, there's Mistress. First of all, though, I need to get this wisp. Don't mind me. Oh, almost looks like a gravestone, you don't say. Right, where exactly... Well, I think it's officially daytime at the moment, so I'm gonna have to go back. Wait till nightfall and try again. I don't want to leave this place without a Mistress. That's for certain. And then I think we can just dedicate the second half to the stream to just mopping up all the side quests I've picked up along the way. Because I do need to get rid of a few of them. We've just been sort of building up, and it'd be nice to turn them in. I'm thinking... I can't remember exactly what we need to do with these guys, but I think Scatterbang? Never mind, it wasn't a Scatterbang. I do remember needing to use a particular item on these ones. Well, you know, we could just sneak up and do this. Please work. Just thinking, I also need to... There we go, got Mistress. Alright, we can go back now. Just thinking, I already got the prerequisites for rank 5 as well, so... We also have that to deal with. Back to Heaven's Ward. Look at that. I wonder if we'll actually be able to get up to rank 6 now, because I have been doing a fair bit of grinding. Oh, you quelled Lord Electrode? Splendid job as always, my boy. Let's be off to the village then. Time to report to Commander Commodore. And hopefully get some new stuff. I still can't remember the time we actually are able to get grit dust from releasing Pokemon. Can have accustomed. Feel free to release several at a time. Finally, we can do this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. It's probably foolhardy of me to just release haphazardly like this, but let's see what happens when we do. Let's see what happens when we do. And what do we get? We get 2 Grit Gravels. I will admit I was expecting a little bit more. No matter, we'll just use them to boost up George. George takes priority here. We'll leave the second box for the time being. Because for now, we have to knock off all these side quests real quick. First off, search for bitter leaves. I finally got a Patillo for this, as I'm fairly certain that's the one. Oh yeah, Beauregard. I'm guessing this won't evolve into a post-game. I still can't help but get a chuckle at the name Beautifriend. It just seems so off. Okay. You said you wanted a Patillo? Who ordered the Patillo then? Should be right over here. There we go, Patillo. I'll give you this one. Ah, yes, there's no mistaking those lovely leaves. This precious darling is the one we need. Now then, Patillo, my dear, would you be so kind as to share a few of your leaves with us? Hello again, young man. Did you find the plant I asked you for? A Pokemon? Oh yes, oh my, it seems we've been discovered. Patillo here was just sharing its leaves so we can make our medicine shit on. There's no need to panic. But, the medicine ingredients came from this Pokemon the whole time? You know how scared I am of Pokemon. I'm sorry, I just can't make this medicine anymore. This Furry of yours has gone on long enough. Pokemon scare you because you know nothing of them, yes? But your ignorance should worry you far more than the unknown, my dear. The Galaxy team even set up the survey course so we can all learn more about Pokemon. Would you let their efforts go to waste? I understand what you're saying, but I can't just get over my fear right away. I guess the Survey Corps works hard out in the wild too, even if it is scary. How do you find this thing terrifying, I must say? Okay, I'll do my best to get over my fear. That's literally the least scary Pokemon ever. I'll start by learning more about this Pokemon and really getting to know it. Lol. There we go, nice. Yeah, I think we can just dedicate this last half just to these side quests. Okay, so next, Auxiliaries Inc. Beautiful Rose. Okay, that's out there somewhere in the wild. That obviously just being for Rosalia. Actually, whilst we're here, there was someone here who wanted a mushroom, wasn't there? I think I still haven't gotten that one either. Wow. Oh yeah, I did manage to get a combi from the Grueling Grove, so I may as well just throw that one in as well. May as well just get the ones out in here out of the way first. Seems to make the most sense. I'm not done from the Grueling Grove, hello? Yep. It's not that much different than any other commies I've come across. All the time myself a long time for the tunnel. That's exactly what how it should be. Tastes like a distilled drop of nutritious falsely goodness. But I get the feeling it doesn't quite taste like honey from other areas. I'm not sure to memorize this flavor. Let's move on. No more places to talk. Apalm Hill. I think I've got one from Apalm Hill. Oh, I've got a bunch from Apalm Hill, actually. Wow. Blah blah blah. That do have on this one, not. Just honey on the temple. And good enough to solve as a battle twin on its own. Or in C. That actually kind of reminds me. One of the things that Big Sister Sin came back from during a trip, from a trip from Australia was a jar of honey made from the bees at the science lab she was working on. Called it Science Honey. I've actually been meaning to try it with some of my tea. That one definitely tastes different from the grueling growth on it. I'll be sure to memorize this flavor. Ramamas Island. I don't think we've been there yet, so I think we'll leave that one for now. Actually, I think Ramamas Island is in... Okay, I don't have the desired Pokemon. Yeah, we could save that one for a little bit later. Okay, next. Taste the honey. Something here about... There we go, massive mushroom. Find a man named Morel who happens to be in the same building. What are the odds? It seems my fellow mushroom enthusiasts are looking for a fungus that sprouts from the back of a certain Pokemon. Parasect is its name, I think. If you manage to catch one, I'd love to take it off your hands and do some research of my own. As a mushroom foraging veteran at 20 years, I aim to keep my finger on the beating pulse of all fungal fact-finding endeavours and all. Well, I do happen to have a Parasect. Here just begging someone to end its suffering. This is a lovely mushroom and all, but where's the Parasect you promised me? You can't be saying this mushroom is actually... Yep. It's piloting the corpse of an innocent Pokemon. Yeah! The mushroom, it turned around. No, you're saying this thing is a Pokemon, not a mushroom. And yet, call it a forager's intuition, but 20 long years of picking me tells me something is amiss. Yeah, I'm sure of it. This thing that turned to look around me at me just now, it's definitely a mushroom. Add you a minute there. Please forgive my shroom error, but could you imagine? To think a Pokemon that's really just a mushroom. Such a thing as a sort of fiction, right? Oh... I would love to introduce you to Amoonguss if it was in this game. But I'm thankful it isn't, otherwise I'd be forced to listen to constant Amogus jokes. So here we are, just Parasect, which... Imagine if Parasect actually was a ghost type. Or at least had a regional variant that was a ghost type. I feel that would be definitely on brand and certainly has the potential to be metal as hell. Just a more sort of overtly zombie sort of thing being piloted by the mushrooms, just a very Last of Us type of thing. Oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of wisps that I can turn into girl here. Thank you again for helping me. You've collected 34 wisps so far. That leaves 73 more to find. Since you've gathered 5 wisps, here's a little thank you present from me, Ovalstone. 10 wisps, you get a rare candy, nice. 20 wisps, Seed of Mastery. 30 wisps, Duskstone. Nice. Nope, I'm good. All stuff that probably should go into storage as well. Okay, next. Do I actually have a complete dex entry for Cherim? I'll have to check. I think Cherim is in this particular Pokédex. I would be surprised if it wasn't. There we go. Cherim. Need to get it to unlock Petal Dance, and... only level 6. That's a little bit unfortunate. But it's kind of baffling that they gave you that one right at the start. Okay, Shellos of East and West. I think I got 2 Shellos, which we just tapped into this lady. Okay, pink Shellos. I just sworn I had a pink Shellos. Oh, right, right. About your request. Here's a Misdreavus. You know, people are like afraid of Misdreavus because of how apparently it like wails at night. Like getting like a good look at it like this really gives you like some fresh perspective. Look how it like billows and sways and flows. Wait, that's it. That's like what I'll do. Wow, I just like thought up some charming hairstyles and enchanting new palette colors. All thanks to like you and Misdreavus hair. Like, come by any time and try out my new ideas for yourself. Don't mind if I do. I have the coin for it. Let's see what you got for me at the moment. So, first off, there we go, this... No, still not quite the colours I'm looking for. Violet, on the other hand, yeah, that looks a little bit more me. And we get braids. Nah. A nice little pump there. You know, I don't think I've actually seen that particular haircut, but I kind of like it. Side part, middle part. We'll go side swept. That looks... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I like that. Sure, it certainly looks better than a certain other ridiculous hairstyle in this game, which we've yet to see. Yeah, give me the hat back. Obviously, it doesn't look too... It doesn't match all that well now, but... From what I could tell, purple just seems to work well with orange. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Alright. Still need a Shellos. Elegant tail. Can't get that right there. Okay, what else have you got in terms of clothing? We've got handkerchiefs, we've got headbands, bowler hats, which we can use to punch out windows, if windows even exist here. Festival tops, even though there's not really much to be celebrating at this moment. Sapphire, though. Yeah. Let's see, Sneasler. Yeah, I definitely want to get the Sneasler stuff. Okay, Basculegion. Oh, there was one for Samurott as well. Well, I mean, I definitely want to try the Samurott one now. Seems like a nice little bit of progression. As for headkerchief, we can change that to red, I think. Maybe that's a little bit too bright a red. Is there a crimson? Yeah, there's a crimson one. No, that's just red. Yeah, that's just red. Actually, did I get the black one? Yeah, I think I'd just go with that. What time period is it supposed to be again where you can just get stuff like this? Split toe boots. I feel I should probably get some of those, though. What color? Yeah, let's go with that. Crimson. Still too red. Sapphire. Nah. Blue. You know what? The blue spruce actually doesn't look too bad. Alright, that'll be all from me. And little souls are actually kind of match my bag. So it's all good. Feels like it's been ages since I've been in here. Okay. It's kind of weird, but I feel that actually kind of fits. You know, I'm gonna go with that. You know, the classic Lucas hat. I feel it actually kind of fits better with the red of the outfit. May look a little bit odd, but I think it works. Okay. Elegant tail. I remembered what Pokemon that was supposed to be. In fact, this seems like one of the easier quests. I never really made much of a note of it before, but I actually do quite like this hat. It's a pretty cool hat. You find the Pokemon with the tail I'm looking for? Yep. Have a Glameow. Yes, this is it. It's just so I remember the elegant sway of its tail. That charming spiral shape. The enchanting way it bobs about like a leaf in the wind. Simply remarkable. Meow. Ah, your little meow is adorable as well. Have you got an attachment there, kitty? Oh, more of the dilemma. Pokemon to scare, but maybe this little and all go along just... Ah, the damn thing scratched me. Well... Guess I got a little carried away there. Thanks for showing me your Glameow anyway. So at least was a joy to see. One day I'll find the Pokemon with a perfect tail for me. I'd like to become fast friends with it, just like you and your partner Pokemon. What do you mean partner Pokemon? You mean me and Josh? I feel the term partner Pokemon has sort of become a bit nebulous in more recent times. Like, the fact that they tried to retcon the term starter Pokemon is kind of hilarious to me. It's just... some things have just been ingrained so long in people's minds that it's like trying to change the way the wind blows. You're gonna have a hard time. Okay, crafting recipes. All out of coin, that's a shame. Alright, let's see what other stuff we have on the request board. Crunchy salt, getting to know ghosts, which... oh yeah, I can show you Ghastly's Pokédex entry. Ooh, gathered a lot of data on Ghastly, have you? It's, you know, it's all recorded in this Pokédex of yours. Alright then. Kinda surprised it hasn't gotten waterlogged at this point. Mushrooms, eh? Well, I'll be. It says here that Ghastly like to eat mushrooms of all things. Not that it's a bad thing, mind, it's just a lot more tame than I was expecting. I was thinking ghosts love nothing than to snack on unsuspecting humans. Nah, that's just God of War. You know what's funny? I'm actually rather partial to a nice mushroom stew myself. Maybe Ghastly aren't so ghastly after all. Ho ho ho!
Hey Dad, what you doing there?
Conlon!
You talking about work again? Don't forget you gotta take the day off tomorrow. You promised you'd see the ghosties at Prelude Beach, remember?
Oh, of course your old dad remembers, kiddo. And I'd never let work get in the way of our ghost hunt. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch a ghostie now and show it to all my friends. Bye!
You know, you're just putting on a brave face because you were here. Anyway, I owe you one, kid. I get the feeling my boy will be just fine tomorrow. And you as well, I assume. Linking cord, basically just the link cable from Mystery Dungeon. Kind of surprised this isn't just an item in the games normally at this point. Feels like it should be. Either that or just getting rid of the whole trait evolutions altogether and just having them be more conventional evolutions like in Yellow Legacy. I just wanted to bring that up a little bit because that's just... There was always just a little fun detail about Yellow Legacy. The fact that you could just... And Crystal Legacy too, thinking about it. The fact that you just get all the trait evolutions normally. Mostly though just rebalancing to accommodate the fact that Alakazam and Gengar are extremely powerful compared to Goldman Machamp, so they evolve later. Just thought that was a nice little touch. Okay. Need to get a Shellos. I completed all the stuff for Octillery, so... Oh, you looked for an Octillery for me, have you? Lovely, let's see what you've learned. Oh my, so that's how it is. Wait, hold on. Are you quite sure? Goodness, to think that Remoraid's evolved into Octillery despite them looking nothing alike. I know, it's kind of baffling when you think about it, isn't it? I mean, I guess in the fact that they both look like guns, or at least Beta Remoraid did. You can have a think what the game would have been like if Beta Remoraid was in. And more importantly, it seems Octillery isn't poisonous, so it must be safe to eat after all. Oh, I can't wait to gather up some ink and try lots of innovative new recipes. Once my new pickles are well and truly perfected, pop by for a taste, won't you, dear? And we got bean cakes, which we're gonna need for Piplup. Well, this reminds me, I should probably rank up whilst I'm here. Probably fairly certain I also got a fair few more requests on the board as well. Let's just check the board. Nothing relevant, huh? Alright. Show me your Pokédex. Let's see how high I went. Let's see how many ranks I've gotten. Seems you've made progress. Seems you've earned yourself a star. 5 stars. I am the Michelin Man. With this, you officially attain the rank of 5th star in the expedition team. You can now use Wing Balls. Pokemon up to level 65 will also obey your orders reliably in battle. The rewards you earn for your survey reports will be more generous now too. Have this as well, it's a further recipe that you need for crafting. Wing Balls. Continue to dedicate yourself by completing the Pokédex if you hope to rise higher in the ranks. Do I have enough for 6? Yeah! I didn't even think I'd actually managed to get that, but lo and behold, 6 stars already. That's the power of grinding off screen. With this, you've officially attained the 6th star. Can now use Ultra Balls. I'm pretty sure I've been using Ultra Balls anyway, but okay. Pokemon up to 80, which is nice. Recipe for Ultra Balls. And Max Potions. Yep, 6 star already, which means we get a whole bunch more requests on the board. The Seas Legend. Oh no. I think I know what this one is. Ah, jolly good choice there, Stent. I see you've taken on that request I posted. Let me fill you in right away then. I was strolling along Prelude Beach the other day when I saw something swimming a little way out on the shore. Rather regrettably, it disappeared before I could snap a picture, but I can only assume this mysterious swimmer was some sort of Pokémon. From the way it swam, it seemed to be drifting on the ocean currents. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the seas behind Jubilife would take it all the way to the Cobalt coastlands. That rather leaves me wondering if the Pokémon was headed there for some specific purpose.
Given the circumstances, I was thinking if we spoke to the good Warden Isken of the Diamond Clan, we might learn more.
Oh, you're here as well, okay. You just sort of appeared.
I got your message, Professor Levington. So you're looking for a Pokemon that was swimming towards the Cobalt Coastlands, yes? Well, I'm very sorry, but I can't tell you much based on that alone. But, well, there's one thing I can tell you. I've heard long ago the Cobalt Coastlands was known as the East Sea, and a princely Pokemon was said to live in the waters there. The story of this princely Pokemon was found in a tome called The Sea's Legend. No one knows much about the tome or its tale beyond what I've just told you. But, that's all I know, I guess. It wasn't much help after all. Sorry about that. I guess I'll just take my leave here then.
Solve the mystery of the Sea's Legend. Probably gonna have to dedicate an entire stream to that, given how cryptic that is. It's kind of hilarious when you think, oh, it was too difficult for people to figure out the whole of Origin back in the original Diamond and Pearl, and yet they give us this and Regigigas in Oras.
Oh, if it isn't the Survey Corps recruit who quelled the Lord of the Isles. Has Choice had to do some negotiating with him again?
Yep, here's the salt.
You're looking a little complexed, wondering why this old man would get so stubborn over selling the shopkeeper a few things. Well, maybe I'll tell you if you bring me 3 hunks of crunchy salt first.
Here's your crunchy salt.
But what I asked for already. No less than I expected of you. I wish I could persuade you to join my corps. Now then, would you let me have the 3 hunks?
Yes, yes, yes. We've been through this song and dance already.
Ah, crunchy salt, the Coronet Island's finest feature. If you see it in the wild, don't pass it over as it were just another rock. This translucent mineral is great for making a potent Pokemon lure. You've got to break it up with a hammer, then get the chunks in a mortar and crunch them right up, grind them into a powder, and put them on chips! Or just mix that powder and another ingredient together and you'll get a crunchy cake that Pokemon love to munch on.
Also goes well with chocolate.
Well, I can't send you back to Choi a failure, so since you kindly brought me this crunchy salt, tell him I'll send him back with new wares. Ah, you forgot. You wanted to know what happened between me and Choi. Well, that whelp made off my dearest treasure. I'll never let him live it down.
Alright, suppose we may as well ask him about it. Also, oh dear. Oh dear. I don't think that shadow is supposed to be showing up on the floor here, considering I'm fairly certain it's this guy right here who's... Well, his shadow's in the same place at the very least. Alright, let's go and report our findings. Yeah, Sea's Legend is something I'm pretty sure I have to save to post-game. Tauha told me. Ah, you said I took his treasure, did he? Well, that's one way to put it, but the story is not so simple. Please believe that is nothing you ought to worry about. Given what a fine customer you are, I imagine I'll end up giving you the full story at some point. In any case, we've got some excellent items on our shelves. Do buy some. Alright, what have you got? What have you got for me? You got Great Balls, you got Leaden Balls, you got Wings. Generally a lot of good stuff in here. Pretty nice. Okay. Next requests. Pachirisu, lots of stuff more in the swamps. Piplup. Yeah, I think we're done basically all we can here for the moment, so... Need to just quickly run off and grab myself a Shellos. Actually, I should probably craft myself some more stuff while I'm here. Superb remedy. Which I probably won't end up using because it's not good for your Pokemon. I don't like it. Alright, let's go find ourselves some Shellos. Thankfully, I have an idea as to where we can find them. I think this is also the island with... Yeah, right here. And there's a request there as well. May as well head out there with post-haste. I know I probably shouldn't be using Skyrim Horse for this, but I'm so used to it. Also, ow, I completely forgot about fall damage. Do I... You know what? I want to use Thunderbolt on you. I think this used to be scary at some point. Yeah, we can just use Thunderbolt. Look at that. Always at some point I'm gonna need to boost up and grind out the number of Thunderbolts and recovers I do so I can evolve it into Porygon Z next screen because I have enough of that. Now I got the dubious disc. Alright, there's a particular person here. Can I help you with anything? Oh, you got Pokemon with you. What are the odds? Fate must have my back today, bringing you here. Look, I know it just met, but could you do something for me? I'd love you could bring me that Pokemon. What's his name again? Well, the one with the Siphony charm. Alright. Excellent. I had a feeling you'd say that. Never mind why I need it. Just need that Pokemon with the Siphony charm. Obviously needing to catch a Cypher, which thankfully we can catch basically on the other side of the map. In any case, here's Shellos. Ooh, there we go. Got Shellos. And as for the Pokemon with the Siphony charm, that'll be Cypher, which we can just easily get here. Also, Ramanas Island. That's also where we need to get Compy from. Also, please get out of the torch. Yeah, from what I recall, there's a Cypher right there. Actually, wow. Smoke. I think I got this one. Let's see. Yeah, also fairly certain that as you rank up, your catch rate also increases. Keep forgetting how good these smoke bombs are, wow. Gotcha. Okay, that should be enough ciphers, so I can just go back to here. And just give him a cipher. Since now I have one spare. Also, I'm fairly certain Ramanas Island is also... Because I probably shouldn't say anything until we get there, shouldn't I? Alright. Into the drink. Just thinking, this also would probably be a good time to finally look at where those other quests in the Mylands were, because I still need to do those. Alright, here's your cipher. Do I need to put it... I mean, I got one. Okay, I guess I gotta have it in my party. All the way over here in box 1, wow. Okay, we'll just put out Lopunny for this. All the while, this is kind of just making me wish there was a sort of fast travel point over there. Just to make my life a little bit easier. Instead of just having to cross the water 3 times. And all the while not being able to show what exactly is on this island, which is so important. Because there is a quite noble trench through it, which can't help but wonder what might have caused it. What could be powerful enough to rend a hole in the earth like this? Guess she must have brought that Pokemon with a siphon each of its arms. Come on, show it to me, please. Look at those keen blades. They'll make short work out of this. You see the ravenous roses blooming all over this island? I have to gather every last one. I've been trying to pluck them all myself, having this. Ah yes, Cypher's help will make things much smoother. All of them? They're for my wife, you see. She told me she wanted to fill our garden with these ravenous roses. So I'm gathering every last one here to fill that garden right up for my darling dear. I think she just meant... What? Seriously? She just meant to plant some. Just meant to plant some. Well, that was a pretty severe misunderstanding. I'm glad you came along before I plucked every rose on this island. I'll just bring some of their seeds home for us to raise together. Take care. How fitting we get a seed of mastery out of this. Anyways, let's have a look around this island a little bit more. I need to get a combi. So, at the heart of the island, Alpha Infernape. And also some Chimchars in case you missed out on the other one. Let's see what level this one is. I don't think we're powerful enough to deal with it just yet, but just to be sure. 65, okay, so not as powerful as I was anticipating. I was expecting to be like level 75. Still, we can get a Chimchar here at the very least, so we have another one to add to the list. Actually, what do we need to do for Chimchar? Caught without being spotted. Give it food. What food would a Chimchar like? Spoiled apricorns, okay. Of course I have spoiled apricorns in my bag. Do I have orange? Yeah, I do have orange berries. That works. We just give the monkey food. Obviously not the, probably not the intended way of doing this, but it seems like the easiest way just to feed one of them the 5 foods you need to give it, and then just catching it right off. And then one more. Never mind, 2 more. From what I can tell, the Pokédex, it really wants you to be catching this Alpha Infernape a couple of times. Just make a note of how many alphas of this one you catch. Come on. Eat the berries. Should probably just get back to cover. There we go. Get back to cover. Was a little too eager with that one. Come on, just eat the berry. There you go. It's like I'm not here. Smooth as silk. Okay. I'm just thinking, I never actually came across Alpha Snorlax yet. It'll probably have to be something I do at another point. Alright, where are these combis? I need a combi. Alright, I think I remember. They need to be knocked out, specifically knocked out of the trees. That may be something I just have to dedicate to doing off stream, to be honest, because I have a feeling that might take a while. So, yeah, in order to get Combi off of Ravenous Island, I think you just have to find one and knock it out of one of these trees. See what else we need to do. Requests. More stuff presumably in the Mylands. Let's go to the Mylands. But, you know, first heal up and get Lopunny back. Yep. Yep. Lovely. Okay. Yep. Show survey results. And finally complete this last request. Investigate mushroom growing on parasects. Wow, we're already at 7-star already. Pretty much. I kind of wonder whether or not we'll have enough to go to 8-star. There's just a little girl out there. Alright, about your request. Pink Shellos. Blue Shellos. It's quite beyond me why Shellos would have different colors, but I think it's absolutely charming the way they change things up depending on where they live. That's the power of evolution and natural acclimatization. Here in Jubilife Village, we've also journeyed far from where we used to live. Maybe a change of color of our clothing is just what we need, just like Shellos. Also the weird things on their heads. Yes, I got it. I took advantage of the inspiration I was feeling and expanded my lineup. I'd be very pleased if you have a look. Alright, let's see what you got. Another request for me. We're pleased you've expanded the variety of clothes. Wormadam. Kinda weird that I don't actually have a Wormadam. Alright, let's see what kind of clothing you got. We got classic bowler hats, warm caps, Urshankas for some reason. Perfect. Where are we going next? Kimonos, festival tops, snow jackets. Perfect for when we're going off into where we're going next. Snow trousers, cropped bottoms. Imagine taking these where we're going to be headed next. But honestly, that does kind of fit. I'll have to think about that. Anyways, it's gonna be me for now. What does this child want? What are you doing in the middle of the street, child?
What's that Pokemon up there? What's its name? What's it do?
Oh, you mean Magikarp? It's a Magikarp.
Magikarp. Why is it called Magikarp? Is it a cool Pokemon? Is it strong? Can it fly?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool. Why is it cool? Which part of it's cool? Tell me. Tell me more, please. Please. You're gonna go learn about Magikarp, right? Can you tell me when you're done with this page in your Pokédex?
I couldn't resist. The complete Pokédex entry on Magikarp. Well, we got a Magikarp, so I guess this is something we're gonna have to, that's another thing we're gonna have to do off stream, get the thing for Magikarp. As well as going back to the Mylands and, seeing what I can do there. Alright, let's get Pachirisu out whilst we're here. I will show you the power of Sejun's legacy. Yeah, that one looks a little bit better. Okay, I gotta get rid of everyone else on my team. Okay. This might actually be a little bit difficult. I mean, hopefully it takes in mind the fact that you can just get an alpha. Hopefully this will be strong enough for this request. Okay, change moves. It's got Baby Doll Eyes, it's got Rest, it's got Crunch. Honestly, that moveset on its own seems fairly solid, actually. It doesn't even have an electric type move. I guess we'll just go with Spark. Get rid of Thunder. Actually, I'll get rid of Rest. Since Thunder Wave, of course, has its utility. Alright. Alright, against the mighty Ursaring. That doesn't sound too bad. At least it's not an Ursaluna. How powerful is this Ursaring? Level 30. Okay, we should be fine. We should be fine. We should be fine. And just paralyze. Because I said paralyze. You seem to be struck by me. Yeah, accuracy I've noticed seems to be rather quirky in this game. Look at that, half its health already. He's completely helpless. I mean, obviously it doesn't really compare to Sejun's performance, but I hope I'll be able to live up to its legacy. Even to manage to defeat an Ursaring with a Pachirisu. The Pachirisu was so pumped up and eager for battle, looks like it was fearless. The battle you directed Pachirisu was such a plum in battle, it was clear how well you understood it. Guess all the work you Survey Corps members put into learning about Pokemon does pay off. But we won't be undone. We'll work hard to reach that same level of understanding. So, battling with Pachirisu. Nicely done. I like my entire team back now, please. Still need to think of a nickname for Porygon Zoo. Alright, let's roll out. Oh, it was right here. You were right here. You just phased it out of existence. Oh, it seems you learned a thing or two about Rosalia. That didn't take as long as I expected. You think?
Rosalia's poisonous, but looks so fragile and innocent. I can't believe it. Well, in any case, I was able to learn about Rosalia thanks to you. Please accept these little rewards from the grateful Rosalia fan.
In other words, basically anyone who's played Gen 4 and not picked Torterra. It's kind of baffling to me to think that, like, in Gen 4, your real options for team building were really quite not that great. I mean, obviously it's not as bad as Pokemon Yellow, where you're basically left with Pikachu, the free starters, Snorlax, and whatever flying type takes your fancy, but I feel there's a reason you just end up seeing the same teams over and over again in Gen 4, because you got Infernape, because it's always Infernape, you got Floatzel, you got Roserade, you got Garchomp, Staraptor, Lucario. Could have sworn there was another one. Anyways, I'm just gonna look up the locations of these last two real quick so we can just get this over with. How do I not... Okay, Lost in the Swamp. For some reason I forgot I just needed to report back on that one, which means there's going to be a whole bunch of them where I'm just left wondering where she is. Okay. Up next to the Sludge Mound. Which looks to be right around here, right in the ring. Just get this out of the way real quick so we can finish these off lickety-split. I think I'm gonna need Ursaluna for this. Oh, what a shock, it's right next to the Alpha Hippowdon. I just have to beg and plead it not to eat me. Okay, small sparkle, that was it. Just looking for a small sparkle, and that looks like a small sparkle. It was eaten by Hippowdon, oh no. Let's see how tough this Hippowdon is now. Let's go, chap. Oh no, Lopunny rolling around in the mud, oh no. How unsightly, how scandalous. How painful. Well, that didn't take long. You sure are something, taking on a big angry Hippowdon like that. Wait, what's that lying over there? My charm. It's really you. Welcome back. It means a lot to me that you went toe-to-toe with that Hippowdon on my behalf. You better believe I won't be losing this charm again. Not after you went for all that trouble to get it back to me. So many grit gravels to put on my team. You'll love to see it. Anyways, it's getting a little late, so I'm probably going to have to speed through this. I'm going to have to go get the thing for Piplup. Yeah, get the thing for Piplup and finally report into Komodo. Where did the time go, I must say? Okay, Piplup. Cobalt Coastlands. I'm gonna need to remind myself about the sea's legend at some point. Well, granted, I did say I was going to save it till post-game, so there's that. Yeah, it was right over here. Sans Reach. It's kind of weird that Sinnoh, or at least Diamond and Pearl, doesn't just have this huge hand as a landmark, even though it's kind of cool. I only wish that it was actually in Diamond and Pearl. Oh. Yep, bean cake for you. Great. Why don't you give it to Piplup? Let it eat out of your hands. Your unwashed hands. Plop. Plop plop. Wonderful. It really seems to love that bean cake. Plop plop plop. Oh wow! It ate the whole thing already. It's got quite the appetite, that's for sure. I've taken quite a liking to little Piplup. I don't think it's safe to let it wander around. I'll bring it back to the village and take care of it. And we get a hyper potion for our troubles. Yay! Alright, let's go back. Hand in all the requests we've gotten and then just report into Commodore. And finally, we can wrap up for today. Okay. First, gotta remember where everything is. Okay, so first, gone astray. Somehow I forgot to report in about that one. Alright. And he was right here as well. Honestly. Wanda made it back home safe. Boy, I'm ever glad I asked you. You're just as good as everyone says you are. Wanda's still new to the security corps, you understand. She's still a bit flighty at the best of times, so I can't help but worry about her. It's not too much. Do you think you could continue keeping an eye on her? Oh, stop it, Ziki. You're embarrassing me. I got unlucky this time. That's all it was. That's what you would have me believe, but ever since we were kids, the instant I took my eyes off you, you were lost somewhere in the bushes. Well, anyway, Stant, I appreciate all your help, so thank you from me too. Now I'm just gonna have to wait. Actually, hold on. If I go out right now, is she just gonna be gone again? Wait for it. Magic trick. She's gone immediately. My sister Wanda wandered off to the Cobalt Coastlands and she never came back. I've asked her fellows in the security corps to be on the lookout, but I haven't found her. Oh, so, you think you could go out and find her? Here's that old kerchief of yours again. You need to track her down by her scent. That's something I'm going to have to wait to do next time. But for now, let's finally report in to Commodore. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Please don't throw me against the wall. So Warden Melly believes that the frenzies of these Pokemon are caused by some sort of trial set by Almighty Sinnoh. He's obviously full of bull dust. I cannot know if that is the case or not, but it does beg the question. Why ever would this Almighty Sinnoh drive the nobles to frenzy? Is it angered by something, or does it seek to drive a wedge between people and Pokemon? Well, far be it from us humans to fathom the thoughts of Pokemon. And what is that space-time rift anyway? What caused it to open? But you must be tired. Go on. Go to the Wallflower, get some rest while you can. I've instructed Betty to prepare you some of his finest potato mochi. Much appreciated, sir. Love me some good taters. Kind of a shame we can't seem to find any butter around here. I mean, we got salt. Just kind of wish we had butter. Get ourselves some nice baked taters.
Dinner is on Commodore tonight. Eat your fill. What an enticing aroma! My appetite just went through the roof. Quite a change from the commander's usual preaching about tightening our belts until things grow more stable. Well, I've heard that our progress serving Pokemon has made gathering ingredients a less onerous or less dangerous task, at least. It's almost like a fairy tale, isn't it? How you've fallen to us from the sky and gone to help the people of Hisui so much. Indeed, taking on such perilous duties has earned you such a great deal of trust. It's like I always say, behavior is a mirror that reflects one's true nature.
You've never said that before, Professor.
You let your actions do the speaking for you, and the message is clear as day. It doesn't matter one which wood you came from, you're part of the Survey Corps and Jubilife Village now.
The next day, you gotta wonder, will I ever get home? Or am I forever stuck here? I suppose it's nice having a little bit of a family here at least. Or at least a found family. Ain't it nice getting up early?
Is it? It's not as if getting up early changes what you can do with the day.
Yes, it does. It opens up possibilities, such as responding to Commander Commodore's invitation today in a timely manner.
Well, I got that same invitation. I had to wake up even earlier than you to run all the way here for it.
Come on, there's no need to grouse over so much over a nice little early wake-up. You going to? I'm sure we can all guess what the commander wants with us.
Yes, do come. Galaxy Hole is quite close anyway.
Yep. But as the requests continue to pile up, presumably, give it a... Oh, we got more cutscenes. Never mind.
You've now quelled the frenzy of 4 nobles.
It wasn't easy. When word of his friends had arrived from all over Hisui, I feared what would become of us. But here we are, already preparing to quell the final noble.
Yeah, would have dreamed some stranger who tumbled out of the sky would be our salvation. No comments. Life never does stop surprising you.
The only lord left to be quelled is Avalog, who lives in the Alabaster Islands. He is also the largest of the nobles, according to what Irida told me. Your mission is to quell Avalog, the final lord. And perhaps in doing so we may trigger some change in the space-time rift as well.
One can only hope. Avalog may be the Pearl Clan's noble, but my clan and the Galaxy team will have to step up to resolve this too, for the sake of a brighter future.
Well, then let us all reach in the cold reaches of the Alabaster Islands. Until then...
So, we got our next objective.
No matter how many of these frenzied Pokemon you may quell, the fact remains you are a stranger to our world.
Where is this coming from, sir?
No small number of people still regard you with suspicion and distrust. The most you can hope for is to gain the trust of as many as possible, and to do that, you must prove yourself through your actions.
Which probably means doing side quests.
Ah! Abra, teleport this wormhole outside at once!
I mean, I do get you, just... Wormhole is still kind of unsettling to look at. So, let us survey the Alabaster Islands next. This is the most treacherous climb you'll face in all Hisui. It will not be an exaggeration to say that you might be the only one among the Survey Corps I can task with surveilling the Alabaster Islands. You know your orders. See your mission through. Okay, finally. Okay, no side quests. As the side quests continue to pile up outside, I presume. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. More side quests piling up. I'll just grab these real quick and we'll wrap up. Alright, what do you want this time?
Never, never, you whelp! Ugh. Oh, dear customer, I'm sorry you had to see that. I asked Tao Hua to supply me some new goods, but he simply won't do business with me. I hate to keep imposing on like this, but you could please make him try to make him see reason. You'll do well to bring him a token of goodwill, perhaps some sand radishes. Free ought to do. Sand radishes weirdly found only in the snow. Alright, what do you want? No, that's like not quite right either. It needs a little extra special something, but what? Oh, like nice timing as always. I could like use your help coming up with some new hairstyles again. I've like hit another wall here. I bet I could get some inspiration from like a different Pokemon this time. A Pokemon like, yeah, Curlia. I can't like remember how it looks exactly, but I'm pretty sure it has a real like distinct style. If I could study one up nice and close, I bet it'd get me past this block. If you like manage to catch a Curlia, bring it here so I can have a look, okay? Of course it would be Curlia. And you, what do you need? I've come up with the perfect pickle recipe thanks to Geodude. Aren't you curious? Yeah, as long as you get to try some. Tell you what, dear, help me gather the ingredients and I'll teach you the recipe. I need 2 humps of crunchy salt, 2 pots of plump beans, and 2 bunches of king's leaf. I got king's leaf, I just need to get the crunchy salt and the plump beans. And there's one more over here as well, okay. Crafting materials, salt and beans. Let me just pick up this last one. This last one right here real quick. If I can even get round to that. There we go. I know I said this would be where I signed off, but I can't help it. Like one of those things where it's like, oh, just one more quest, just one more quest. You know what? I think I'm just gonna hand in these beans and then just be done with it. Salt, beans, radish. King's leaf. That was the one. Okay. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to just walk out of here, am I? Let's just put you in. And you. Give me my beans. And my king's leaf. Yep, let's get pickling. Lovely, I already have the sand radishes I need, so let's get pickling. Oh, that's fortunate. Because I need sand radishes. Now the final step. All we need to do is place Geodude on top of the pot, and it's done. What in the world?
Grrr.
Somehow he's not just crushing those pots. Gosh, Geodude tastes shape. Is this that evolution business I've heard people talk about? And what about the pickles? Oh my, this is twice as good as I expected. I'll call it the twice spiced radish. It truly is the perfect pickle dish. Why, with the help of Pokemon, there's no limits to what a cook can accomplish. Thank you so much for helping me out. All's well that ends well. But with that, I think that's the best time to really call it, so I'm not entirely certain whether or not I'll actually be able to get out of here without triggering cutscenes, so may not be able to do all that much grinding from here on out. So we'll see what happens. Until then, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.